Good evening, wonderful viewers from wherever you're watching us from. It's always good to be back to this program, and I am your host, Julden Jai. Last week, we were here talking about all sorts of things, and we were talking about mental health issues, and we know it's really a staggering 190 million people have mental illnesses globally. So this time, we are talking about the International Day of the Girl. It's a very important day dedicated for the girls all over the world, and we know that girls are facing a lot of things: child marriage, female genital mutilation, harassment, and all sorts of discrimination girls are faced with them. So to help me discuss these and some of the challenges that girls are actually encountering in the Gambia, but of course around the world, I am joined by Mariam Sisao. And on my far right, I am joined also by Tuti Drame, and on my left, I am joined by Honorable Adama Demba. Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
Welcome to the Youth Dialogue.
Thank you.
How are you all doing? I'll start off with you.
I'm good.
You?
I'm fine too.
Honorable, Her Excellency. Good evening.
Good evening. I am good, alhamdulillah.
So this year's theme, it's Girls' Vision for the Future. What is your vision for the future? So I will start off with you. What do you really make of this year's theme?
It was, for me personally, I want to be a doctor.
Mashallah.
Medical doctor.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this Girls' Day, if I see some of my mates talking on TV, then I'll be able to at least improve my dream and be inspired by them. Yeah.
Our doctor. Can't wait to see you. So, Tuti, what do you make of this year's theme?
Well,
What's your vision for the future?
I think that as a girl inside the Gambia, seeing this year's vision, I feel proud and happy that at least they are investing in our future and people are trying to just push us into being great leaders in the future.
So, how do you foresee the future of girls in this country?
I see a bright future for girls in this future in the Gambia.
Awesome. Honorable Her Excellency, I know you have a lot of things to tell us because you're dealing with children, young girls directly at the community level. So talk to us about this year's theme and what's your vision for the future, especially for our girls.
Thank you so much for asking this really important question. My vision for the future for young girls in the Gambia and around the world would be, like I've always been telling people, I wish to see a society where injustice and inequality against girls would be less. And in fact, if there should be none, that would be really great. I wish to see a society where traditional practices that are affecting young girls would be fully eradicated. These are some of the visions I have for the future for the young girls of the Gambia and around the world.
Wow, what a vision there. I mean, this is the vision of all of us actually, to see a world which is so free for the girls to explore, to be able to achieve their potential. Because a lot of girls out there have potential, but how do they really achieve their full potential? They're hindered by so many things in the society. So in commemoration of the day, how important is the day to you?
The Day of the Girl Child is very important, not just to me, but to every girl around the world.
Sure.
And this day I think it should not be just commemorated once in a year and just be like, today is dedicated to the girls only. I think every day should be a day dedicated to the girls. And this day is very important in a way that celebrations are made in order to commemorate the girl, and that gives inspiration, and like you feel proud as a girl and happy that there are people out there who are commemorating you.
Sure. Her Excellency.
Okay, this day is really important to every girl, like she said, not just to us here, because it's a day that where a lot of girls get the opportunity to celebrate one another, to explore, and to share their visions for the future. I think these are some of the days that, like she said, it's not just supposed to be celebrated one day.
Once, yeah.
It should be every day dedicated to Girls' Day. But I feel this special day dedicated to us, even though every day is our day, this special day will help us to share our visions, talk about what we want, how we can encourage one another, because inspirations are really important for one another. So I feel this day is really important, and it will help us go far as young girls in achieving what we want to achieve.
Why not? So, madam,
Okay.
how important is the day to you?
I feel this day will help a lot of girls,
Sure.
even if it's just a day, because when you see your fellow girls who are doing a lot of things, you would be motivated by them, and then you'll be like, I can do this. And even not only you can celebrate it for the day of the Girls' Day, you can also do it another day,
Sure.
just like a normal day.
Every day is a Girls'
Yeah.
Day. Trust me. So we now know that the day is very important. It is a significant one, and we all come to terms of the fact that it should not be celebrated just, you know, once in a year, but it should be an everyday thing, because issues are happening every day in the lives of so many girls, especially in the Gambia here. Just recently we had the issue of the FGM saga, but thankfully it worked in our favor. So in terms of the progress made in the advancement of girls, their rights, how would you gauge the advancement of girls in the Gambia, or the progress?
Okay, so as I said, I see a very bright future for the Gambian girls, because this FGM case just gave me more boost in order to see that yes, there are people out there who are ready to defend and stand by us in every decision we make. Yeah.
So,
Okay, so I also been seeing a very beautiful future for young girls in the Gambia, ranging to how supportive our people are. We have a very supportive nation. They are always there to support girls to achieve what they want. Okay, even recently, our education system, young girls are dominating. We have a lot of sectors that young girls are dominating because they have been empowered. And they have not just been empowered by their fellow young girls, but there are people who are not girls that are empowering young girls. So I feel if this continues, there is a great future for every young girl out there.
in terms of at the governmental level, you think enough has been done to protect the rights of girls?
Let's say they are doing their best, and we appreciate what they are doing, but we want them to keep adding more efforts,
And more, yeah.
More and more in protecting our young girls. Yeah.
So,
I feel there's
progress made?
a great future.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of initiatives that are willing to help girls. Even if you have one initiative and they are willing to support you in every decision you make, it will even motivate you more. Yeah. And days like this also can be really helpful.
Dedicated, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, the issue started way back, but the official commemoration started in 2011. So yeah, since then there has been a lot of progress made. But of course, this is without challenges. You know, in as much as I acknowledge the fact that recently the issue of FGM has been criminalized in the Gambia, there exists a lot of challenges facing girls in the Gambia, but also globally. What are the challenges you think are facing girls, especially at your community level?
Okay, girls, people may think FGM is the only problem that girls face, but that's not the only thing. Girls around the world, or let me say in the Gambia, we have many problems we face. Rape, early marriage, discrimination, and lots of things. But people just focus on FGM. I don't know why. So as a girl, rape is normalized nowadays because you just go out there and you hear a rape case here and there every time. And as he said, in the education system, mostly our focus, girls are the people leading right now. Let's just focus on the grade 9 results that came out this year. Girls are the toppers. But what will happen? Most of the toppers will just get married, go off and be married off. And they will not even have the chance to pursue the dreams that they had since childhood. And getting married as a teenager, what would it lead to? Teenage pregnancy and maternal mortality.
Absolutely.
So that will just, I think, that will be a big problem and a big challenge for us, because educating one girl is like educating an entire nation. So if the entire nation ends up dying, what would the nation be meant of?
Joe, you know, you're right about that, because it's even a concern for the government. Recently, the Ministry of Higher Education is really coming up with the policy tools to ensure that girls are retained, because at the lower and the senior secondary levels, girls are more and they're performing better than the boys in the previous years. But when you come to the tertiary and higher education institutions, girls are really lagging behind, and it's a concern for the ministry, and they're coming up with policy tools to address that. So at your own community level, you as a honorable dealing with these girls directly at the community level, what do you think some of the challenges confronting them?
Okay, so this is a very important question, and I am really glad that I come in to answer it, and I'll give it my best. But in my community, especially when I became the deputy speaker, most of the challenges that the girls will talk to us about is sexual harassment. In as much as rape is very normalized in the Gambia lately, sexual harassment has been more normalized than rape. Because people will sexually harass young girls and will pretend as if nothing happened. Just like some of our people would tell us, even if a man touches you without your consent, it's sexual harassment. But how many people knows that, and they are still neglecting the fact that they are harassing young girls, and they would take it very normal as if they have not done anything to them. And in as much as rape and sexual harassment are not the problem that young girls are facing, we have a lot more that people are not talking about. Or even if they talk about, they are not being fully addressed to the way that we want it to be addressed. Let's say early marriage is still happening. But though a lot of progress has been made on it, but we still want more efforts to be done in order for all the girls to explore, to go and learn and do whatever they want to do. Let them achieve their goals, and let them not be limited because they are going to get married because they are done with grade 12. We are not saying that nobody should get married. That is not what I am saying, right? But I am saying that getting married should not stop you from achieving what you want. Men are getting married and they are achieving what they want. So why is it not the same for other young girls?
Yeah, it should not deter them.
It should not. So that is my own thing. In as much as these things keep happening, we should stand up for ourselves as young girls, be each other's keeper, and make sure that we support one another in order for all of us to realize our dreams and be at the same level.
Well, it's really serious for the fact that both of you mentioned the fact that the issue of rape being normalized in the country and the issue of sexual harassment. And if this is something that is happening in the country, I wonder where the future lies for our girls, because it's really serious. It should not be condoned in any civilized society. Rape, sexual harassment is unacceptable. You cannot do that to anyone. No one deserves to be harassed or to be raped or to other things to be meted against these girls. So I think the officials are watching, and I only hope that they will do something about these things. But before we move to another one, what is your own take? In your own community, what are the things confronting girls?
As they mentioned, rape, sexual harassment,
The same
marriage,
thing.
yeah.
Then this is serious.
Yeah, especially child marriage. If it is not like usual, not marry early, because child marriage, it mostly stops you from pursuing your dreams. If you marry early, you would have to take care of your husband, and if you have a child, you have to take care of the child, and you will not have the time that you have before getting married to pursue your dreams and all of those stuff. So I feel like child marriage is a big challenge in the Gambia. Yeah.
Wow. And you know it's illegal, right?
Yeah.
It's illegal in this country, but if you girls are still saying that it is rampant here, then that is a concern. That is really a concern. So moving on, what do you think every girl around the world, regardless of where you are, you know, some of the rights that they should enjoy?
Okay.
Just as I said, the right to education, firstly. Each girl in this Gambia has, or even globally, has the right to be educated. And that right is being snatched each day. Even right now we're speaking, someone is losing her right to education. And we're just speaking about it here. So I want it to stop. I want every girl child out there to be able to flourish and like pursue their dreams and become amazing and great in the future.
Sure.
Not just limited to you have only grade 6 or grade 9 or even grade 12. Let them not be limited to education.
Education. So for her, it's the issue of education. Every girl child deserves to have education. Not just education, but quality education. So what's your own take? What right do you think girls should enjoy regardless of where they are?
Yeah, freedom of speech also, because there are some things that girls want to say but they don't have a say in it because they feel like if they say it they will be attacked or something. Yeah, so I feel like if they have freedom of speech they might be able to speak their mind off, and they might say that, as she said, freedom of education, they might say that I need education. Yeah, and I feel like it
Speech
can
is
help
very important. If you are caged, it's very, you are limited. So what's it for you?
Okay, so for me, what stands out the most for me, like she said, education and also the freedom of expression part. They are very important, and I feel that every girl should have quality education, good health care also. It's really important because most of the girls don't have a good health care that they need. Like, for example, whenever some of the girls, when they are on their menstrual cycle, they don't go to school. Or that also hinders their educational development because whenever that's supposed to last for maybe 4, 5, or 6 days. So let's say that happens on a Monday and you happen to miss the whole school just because you have cramps or whatsoever. So I feel that there should be a lot of investment on the healthcare also for young girls because these things are connected.
Yeah, sure.
So if the girl has good health, access to good health, she will be able to go to school, she will be able to do a lot of stuff, and she would have the freedom of expression that she deserves. Because
Sure.
if you are sick,
Absolutely.
I'm not sure you will go and claim for other rights too.
Absolutely.
right.
It's a very important right to health, but not just health, but quality health. Because they will say, okay, we are building hospitals here and there in every community or corner of the Gambia, but if those hospitals are without drugs or doctors or nurses, it will be very, very difficult. At the end of the day, the purpose of quality health is defeated. So moving on, I'm glad you mentioned the fact that you want to be a doctor in the future. So how can you encourage other girls who are out there, because these science, maths, technology are seen as very, very complex areas that girls will pursue. And of recent, we've seen a lot of women, girls really embarking on these areas. If you're to encourage girls out there who think that perhaps this is a male-dominated sector, I can't really explore or succeed in this area, what would it be?
I am about to do science field because I just completed the grade 9.
Mashallah.
And when I was going there, a lot of people were telling me that science, it is very difficult. Yeah, but I told them that I don't know, I don't care because it has been my dream since childhood. So if I'm encouraging the girls, I would tell them that no matter what a man can do, as the saying goes, what a man can do, a woman can do better. Yeah. So when you see that a man does it, you can say that I want to do it. Even there's no other one who wants to do it, you can say that I want to be the first person to do it. So I would encourage them to always pursue their dreams no matter what people say.
What society says.
Yeah.
Because always society will like, no, you cannot do this is not for you, you know, this is for men, this is more, you know, masculine, not feminine, and all sorts of words to discourage girls from pursuing these very important areas. So if you were to encourage girls to pursue math, science, technology, the STEM areas, what would it be?
It would be the technical areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, like engineering, architecture, and stuff like that. Because I've seen that these fields, in a class of a technical class, you find 4 to 5 girls, and the rest all male. What did they say? Oh, it's going to be hard. I can't do this. It's very hard. I can't carry this heavy stuff. No. If we all want to focus, like for instance, girls can do law. All of us focus on law. If men sit down and don't do the other jobs, what are the girls going to do?
Absolutely.
So I think that we should invest in every dream we have, and every field inside the country should be done by girls and boys equally. Not just because it's hard, the boy should do it and the girl should just sit down. Yeah.
And we see that now we have a university for it, that is USET, and I'm hopeful that we will have more girls studying these STEM fields, because we have all these outsiders coming, professors teaching our people and then dominating our areas. It doesn't mean that we can't do it, so that's not really good for our future as a country. So if you were to encourage girls to pursue some of these very complex, I should say, areas, what would it be?
So to begin with, I was a science student. I just graduated from grade 12. Also, I just passed out of grade 12.
Congratulations.
So when I was going into it, a lot of people were telling me, science is not for you, blah, blah. You should focus on the arts because you are good at this. But I was like, okay, this is what I have. So I'll also put in my efforts. And for the fact that a lot of people also think science, it's mostly for men because they have most of the time, considering the fact that they don't do a lot of work at home. We do a lot of work at home as young girls. So that is what they want to take and then link it with science. But I feel we should not compare what we do to what we can do in school, because everybody is gifted in your own way, and it doesn't matter where people think you can do. Just believe in yourself as a young girl. If you have vision to do science and you want to be a doctor, go on and do it, because science has no limitations actually.
Sure.
You can study science and decide to move into other areas. That is really okay. And then I'll encourage all the young girls that are out there, especially the ones that finish grade 9 and stuff. If you want to do science and a lot of people want you to do other areas because you are a girl, you won't have time, don't just listen to them. Just do what you want to do and what you think you are best at, because it's really important to do what you have passion for.
Yeah, passion. I'm glad you mentioned that word. It's the driving force of anything if you're passionate about something. And the good thing with that is that now we have all skill centers across all regions in the Gambia. So it's not an excuse for people who are staying in Basse to say, okay, I want to learn some skills, but I don't have the platform or avenue to learn it from. It's no more an excuse for girls. So equality, gender equality, it's a word that has been mentioned frequently. But your own perspective as girls, what does that really mean to you? What does gender equality means to you?
Okay.
It's a tough one.
So can I start?
Sure, you can go ahead.
Okay, for me, gender equality doesn't mean that whatever men have is what women should have, like other people will see it. I see it differently. What I see gender equality as is giving us equal opportunities in terms of leadership, in terms of other areas that we know we are good at. Like for instance, I just made a video on the International Day of the Girl recently with UNICEF, and when I posted that video, some people sent me a message and they were like, can you please go back and read Suratul Nisa? I was like, what has reading Suratul Nisa got to do with my own point, like saying my own opinion on the fact that girls should be given equal opportunities as men. That doesn't even make sense to me. Like I was just saying, opportunities in terms of leadership, opportunities in terms of other areas that we know we are very good at and we can explore. Just give us those opportunities, just like the way you are giving it to men. So I feel, equality should be given in terms of involving girls in decision-making process, in leadership, and all areas that has to do with our growth and personal development.
I like that because it should not be seen as a privilege for girls. It is their right actually to be given equal opportunities as their, you know, the boys' counterpart. So what do you make of gender equality?
Okay. My community level, I say,
Uh-huh.
when you say gender equality, people think like you're saying that whatever a man does, the woman should do. No.
The 50-50 syndrome.
Yeah. My perspective of gender equality is that there are some stuff that women should not do. Men should do it for us.
Okay, this is getting interesting. And what is that?
Like, for instance, people say, some girls, when you open the car door for them, they're like, I can do it for myself. Whatever a man can do, a woman can do so. As a woman, it's not as if you can't open the door. You can't open the door.
Sure.
But they have to do it for you. Because you, as a woman, I don't know how to say it, but
you're so precious.
You're so precious.
You're a
that,
queen.
Yeah, it's not.
So you should be treated as
you
such.
should be treated as a queen. So equality, when it comes to equality, it should be as like how the boy is seen. That's the same way the woman should be seen. Don't look at a girl and be like, you can't do this. If a woman says, I can't do it, just know that she doesn't want to do it. It's not as if she can't do it.
Yeah.
She can do it, but she doesn't want to do it.
I like you mentioned that, yeah, because there is a difference between I don't want to do it and I can't do it. Yeah. For instance, me, when I went to St. Peter's, yeah. My dad was so excited because, you know, St. Peter's is a technical school and all of that. So I would get to learn some technical drawing stuff and all. And he's an architecture. So he was so excited. But immediately fast forward after my grade 12, I told him that I'm not interested in your stuff. I want to pursue journalism. So yeah, it's not as if I can't do it. It's just not my interest. I don't want to do it. So I'm glad you mentioned that point. So yeah, what does it mean to you? Gender equality.
Okay, I feel like guys are given more opportunities than girls. And gender equality, as she said, is not all the time that what a guy can do, you should do it too. Yeah. So I feel most of these jobs, what a guy can do it, so a girl can do.
Sure.
So, but just few of them, you know that girls should not be doing, or yeah.
Yeah, you are right. I mean, it's very, very important for girls and boys to be treated equally. And that will take me to my next question. It's linked. You mentioned it before. In your communities, did you have any examples where boys and girls are treated differently at your own community level, and how does that affect them?
Okay, like when it comes to treatment of boys and girls in my community, boys are always treated specially. I think not just in my community, but everywhere that we go to. A lot of communities, like, okay, because they feel that boys. I don't know.
We have a long way to go.
I don't know what society thinks of men, but they think so highly of them, which I respect so much. But you given all the opportunities that women should have to men, I think that is a little bit, it's just too much for me. Because most of the time, whenever we have community activities and all those, you only see men who will be taking up a lot of responsibilities. When we have so many social gatherings, it's always men. It's always men. So, okay, I feel that is it's good because you are empowering them too. But it's part on the side of women because you are not actually giving them the opportunity to also explore, to also give their own quota to the community development and also show the community what they can do. And I feel community development should be all inclusive. Either you are young, you are a youth, or whatever, you are a girl or you are a boy, everybody should be inclusive. And giving girls more opportunities to lead and then do a lot of work in your community, I think it's safe. Because in this generation of boys going to back way and stuff, you trust them with a lot of your stuff, they are going with everything. So a woman will not go with any of your stuff. Even if she's going, she will leave them there. Because they don't have that I don't think women have the heart to take whatever people own. So I think it's
we are
wise.
that honest.
We are very honest.
Yes, we are
So
that honest.
trusting us with a lot of positions, not just finance positions and vice president positions, but giving us that opportunity to be the overall head is actually important. And I'm glad that a lot of institutions in the Gambia are really encouraging that.
Okay. At this point, we will take a short commercial break. When we return, the program continues. To stay tuned.
In a place where conviction meets compassion, Heritage Christian University College stands tall, shaping futures and societies. Here, creativity isn't just a concept, it's the fuel for social change. But it's not just about entrepreneurship, it's about nurturing a spirit of service and community. We instill in our students the values of leadership and giving back. Our graduates don't just earn degrees, they embody entrepreneurship, philanthropy, ethics, and global competence. Heritage is where innovation thrives amidst a serene environment, offering unparalleled experiences. Come, be part of our journey where creativity and community unite to shape a better tomorrow. Heritage Christian University College, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is the Youth Dialogue with me, Jul Denjai, and it's International Day of the Girl. You know, I have my brilliant and fantastic ladies here in the building. We were talking about a lot of things: gender equality, the rights of girls in society, and some of the challenges that they are encountering as far as equal access to education, health, and finance is concerned. We were just talking about a very important topic, that is examples of girls and boys being treated differently in their communities. She gave us a perspective, a general perspective of the whole scenario at the community level. But if you were to give us a narrowed down example of some of the things, inequality, examples of boys and girls, and how it really affected girls, what would it be?
Okay. For instance, at home or inside a classroom, for instance, you are there with a boy and you have an election for class president. You would come and as a girl, you will speak your heart out about the stuff you want to defend, how you want to represent the class, and how you want best to help the people in the classroom. And a boy will come up and just say something foolish. Everybody will laugh, and then time for voting, and they'll vote for the boy. Just because, I don't know why, they just trust them so much that, and they're not responsible enough as girls. For instance, the way that the girl can take up the responsibility of many people, the man can't do it.
Sure.
They back out early. So if you're the vice of the boy, he'll just be like, the people are making noise inside the class. Let's go and stop them or stuff like that.
Yeah.
He'll be like, you're my assistant, go do it. And you said that people should vote for you. So people voted for you and you backed out at the end and left the girl with
It's like they just enjoy the privileges that comes with the position.
Entire work. And then the people, who will they blame? Vice. The vice this, the vice that.
Right.
Without knowing that they were the people who voted for the man.
I'm having the feeling that this is something you experienced.
Yeah.
It's serious. How did you feel then? How does that make you feel?
I felt very bad.
Oh, wow. It's crazy. I mean, I'm glad that she said a personal experience. I mean, it's happening every day in our communities, in our homes, where boys and girls are treated differently. And sometimes some of our parents do these things unconsciously. They don't know, especially when it comes to, doing chores, sweeping and all of that. They will say, the girl child, go and do it, while the boys would be going, playing or sleeping or doing some sorts of things. I mean, it starts there, that, you're building the mind of the boy child that you're inferior to the girl child, and that really will carry on and on and on and on, you know, and it's really affecting us. If you could, it's visible in all sectors of the society, in politics, civil society, you know, in journalism, wherever you go, it's visible, and I think it's really, really serious. So she gave us a classical example of her experience. What is it for you? Where do you encounter cases where boys and girls are treated differently, and how does that impact the girl?
Yeah. In some schools where you have a head boy and a head girl, mostly when these extracurricular activities or other stuffs come, mostly it is the head girl that participates more and helps the student in a lot of things. Sometimes you find a head boy and you won't even know that that is the head boy. Yeah. And also in some houses they prefer, as you said, these chores. Sometimes a boy will be sitting and then they will ask the girl, go and do this, and then when the boy grows with that mindset, he would say that, yeah, girls should be doing all of these chores when it is not even written like that. Yeah, and I feel like if a boy grows with a mindset that, you know, that because I am not doing anything, I should also help the girl, then that would really help and contribute in the society.
Absolutely, that is important. So, you know, we are making progress. I like this.
So I think I just wanted to add something to what she was saying with regards to the chores thing at home and stuff. I know some people would say these people don't like working, but it's not like we don't like working. We are just saying that if you are asking a girl to go and launder, you should be fair enough to tell the boy to also go and launder his clothes. Even if he is not going to launder everybody's clothes, let him just start gradually. Let him get used to walking. And if he gets used to walking, what if he travels and I am not there, or another sister is not there? Who will do the work for him? Nobody will be there to do it for him. So you train your boys just like the way you are training your girls, irrespective of our gender.
So in terms of, we spoke at length about equality and all of that. Now we are going to empowerment. What does empowerment mean to you? And how do you think girls can be empowered?
As a girl, different from the boys, a girl can be empowered in many ways. Even small stuff. You go out, complimenting a girl empowers her. In a way, in her own way. Yeah. So as a girl, it's not just about like saying that, yes, I will stand by you and defend you, or I will do this, I will do that, I'll pay this for you. No, that's not what is empowerment to girls. Empowerment to us is saying that, yes, I will defend you in any decision you make. I will be by your side in anything you want and anything that you have to say. I will give you the platform to speak up. I'll give you the patience that I'll listen to you. That's what empowerment means to me and to many girls out there.
Wow, amazing. So, what does empowerment mean to you?
Like Asisha said the same thing. Because if you feel like, if you know someone that is ready and willing to help you in all the ways, you'll be like, yes, at least someone is willing to help me, and you do a lot of things to make that person proud. Yeah.
So that is what, how do you think girls can be empowered generally?
For example, if you want to do sciences or commerce or arts, but then like you want to be a journalist, but your dad or your mom is asking you to be a doctor, but an uncle somewhere is telling you, you know what you want to be and you know what you are good at, so and I will help you in all the ways I can.
You're empowering the person. Yeah, I mean, I think that is a good one there. So what does empowerment mean to you, and how can girls be empowered?
So, like she said,
Her Excellency.
like she said, I am not an exception. She said what empowerment means to her and to other girls, which I am not an exception of. To me, empowerment would be giving me a lot of courage and giving me a lot of confidence and giving me the good vibes that I perceive what I want to pursue, and also
positive energy.
Positive energy, yeah. Telling me, okay, you can do this. You can go. Like, everybody has those kind of people, I think. Because I have a lot of people that always motivate me, regardless of our age difference and our gender.
Yeah.
They are always there. So I feel if we have people that always tell you, you can do this, go on, keep on doing this. Also, these are not just for men.
Sure.
Women can also explore in this area. We have people who are doing that to a lot of girls, myself inclusive. And I feel that is empowerment to me. And
yeah, it's a good one. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned this because empowerment could mean different things. Another person, its empowerment means, okay, creating the awareness for me to know my rights and responsibilities. Other people, empowerment could mean, okay, creating the avenue for me to explore, you know, without having to have any boundaries that will really hinder my progress as an individual. So you mentioned something, so I will start this question with you. Do you happen to have any woman leader who inspires you, and what do you think makes her a great leader?
so there's this woman that inspires me a lot, and I've been looking up to her since I knew about her.
Okay.
That is Amina Mohammed. So ever since I've watched a documentary about her at UNICEF, I've been so much inspired about her, how an African woman could make it up to the United Nations highest decision-making body, and how she was able to bring herself down to the people's level, how she was able to do her stuff with people inspires me a lot. Shows that she is very, very humble, and she's a good leader. Because okay, some people being a leader, they want to delegate all the responsibilities to people that are under them to go and make research findings and come back with results. But for her, the documentary I've watched, which inspired me a lot, was when she went to her country, that was Nigeria, and she was talking with people. And one thing that stands out for me in her conversation was they prepare us good food, even though that is not what they always eat. Shows that she knows a lot of problems that people face, and yeah, she inspires me a lot.
She inspired you. So for you, do you have any girl or woman who inspires you, a leader, and you know some of the good qualities?
Yeah, I do. Jainaba Toure. She's a poet, and I love the way her confidence.
Okay.
And there's this song, the poem she wrote. It talks about the rape and all of those stuffs. Yeah, and she spoke her mind, and it really helped me because as a girl, I see that this poem needs to be heard by everyone, and I feel like I can also do the same thing and write the same poem that would be also.
Oh, okay. From a scientist to a poet. Is that what we are saying? Or you want to mix and blend?
Yeah.
That's a good one. So for you, if you're to have mentioned anyone that inspires you, being a girl or a woman, who would it be, and what makes them good leaders?
I'd say Maya Angelou.
Okay.
So when I heard of her story, many in our class were like, she was she went through so many stuff. But I personally, I was like, she went through this, they exploited her. She still didn't give up. She kept on fighting and kept on showing and kept on writing for the people. One of her poems, Caged Bird, whenever I read the poem, I feel like, it connects, like, in a way, it was slave trade back then, but now it's the way the woman lives. Yeah, a woman is like a caged bird in the society nowadays. So I feel like Maya Angelou connects to me a lot. Yeah.
So you ladies, man, I did not inspire you in any way. Dinalen gene small platform. Bahna dal, dinalen fi gene dal.
So okay, that is it. I feel everybody that is doing their quota towards the advancement of girls is actually inspiring all of us.
Yeah, sure. So in that case, how can we inspire or help women, girls, to actually take up leadership roles, you know, and really strive in those roles? How can we do it as a society?
As a society, I think the best way that we can do to give women opportunity to gain leadership position is actually to give them the platform.
Okay.
giving them the platform is one way that you are encouraging them to keep leading, and also encouraging them, because most of the times opportunities will be open, and then girls will be not be excluded of applying for the opportunity, but because they feel if they apply, men will be given more privilege than them, or because some of those men have more exposure than some of them, they will not apply for the opportunity. Instead, they want to be assistants to those men. So if we encourage our young girls, tell them that they can also apply for the highest decision-making body, they would really do great in it. So just like I am a vice, somebody could just tell me, well, Adam, if you go to the National Youth Parliament, don't be a deputy speaker.
Be the speaker.
Be the speaker.
Yes. Absolutely. Be the speaker the next time. Dinañ la campaign nga nekk the speaker. So for you, how do you think we can make girl leaders or women leaders in the communities, in our societies and countries?
I think talking to them, talking to girls and knowing why they don't want to become leaders, and knowing the problems, then you try to talk to them, solve them bit by bit, because some girls are there, they want to become leaders, but there is something deep down that holds them back from being what they want to be. So that thing is what you have to find out and then talk to them, and then everything will fall into place.
Yes, everything would fall into place. Sometimes also, in as much as we want to empower girls and women to take leadership roles, it's important to know whether they are interested in taking those leadership roles, because it's one thing to take a leadership role that you're really passionate about, but it's another to have people to impose these things on you in the name of empowerment. So I think that is very, very important. So for you, what would it be?
I'd say like talking to them, like by going to schools and a lot of gatherings where girls are present there and acting as a role model to them. Because if you show them that I did it, as a girl did it, so why not you? Then they will be motivated to also say that, yeah, this girl did it, so I can also
do it too. Yeah. I mean, raising that spirit of girls, I mean, that is how most of these girls or women who are into STEM will tell you, I am inspired by a woman who is, into these areas. And, if she can do it, why not me? And I think that's a good thing. So I know time it's not on our side, but if you are to create a message or start off a campaign to raise awareness about girls' rights and all of that, what message would it be?
Okay, so thank you so much. Okay, the message that I will send to young girls is that let them believe in themselves. Okay. Let them go for what they are best passionate about. Let them keep pursuing their dreams and make sure that they realize it to their full potentials. And let nobody come and influence them on what they don't want to do what they don't want to do. Always, I think one thing that they should always remember, passion is very important. Sure. And once you have passion for something, you don't allow people to come and influence you against what you want. So that is what I would tell all the girls out there. At least it will be a starting point for some of us in order to build ourselves and also to get where we want.
So if you were to start off a campaign about girls' rights generally, what message would it be? What would be your focus?
I would tell them to follow their dreams no matter what someone tells them. Because if they want to do something that they love, but then another person is telling them that if you do this, if you grow up, there's no money in it and all of those stuff, then some of them will give up and say that, yeah, I want to support my family, so I'm going to go to another one that has a lot of money. So I will ask them to follow their dreams no matter what happens.
Okay. What would it be, your message?
Okay.
UNICEF should really help us there. We already have a campaign too.
First of all, I would like to tell all girls not to keep quiet, not to be silent when they are being harassed and they know that they are being harassed, not to be silent when there is something hurting them, because that may lead to mental or psychological problems and that may even lead to death. So speak up, speak your mind, doesn't matter. There's safe spaces everywhere around the Gambia. Go and say your mind and do not be scared. Just say what you have to say and be confident about it.
So in terms of technology, we know it's very, very important, you know, in the way people access education, job opportunities and all of that. How do you think access to technology can impact girls' education?
So access to technology would be a great tool for the development of girls' education, because it will create an avenue for research for young girls to research on a lot of things, a lot of opportunities, a lot of things that they want to do. And it will in fact give them chance to go and learn about what they want to be themselves in the future. Like she said, she wants to be a doctor. But there are a lot of things that comes along with being a doctor, but maybe she don't know. But if she use the technology as a means of research, it will give her a lot of things that she needs, and that will better equip her. So you can see technology would be a tool for her development as a girl.
And how do we close the digital divide between boys and girls?
That would be like, take me back to what she said, that is people should speak up. Speaking up, because I feel if we speak up as young girls, okay, this is how we have not been so much participating in the digital space. We need to keep doing our best, come up with interesting things, important things. I think it will really help us a lot in order to stand out. Yeah.
How do you think access to technology can impact girls' education?
In a lots of ways, because as a girl, you can use technology for research, and you can use the help of technology to say out your story without people knowing who you are, but you're just letting loose and getting everything off your chest and sharing your story with people out there, so that other girls like you could connect and feel and be strengthened by you.
And how do we close the digital gap between boys and girls?
It's going to be a hard journey, but first of all, it should start at the homes.
At the home level?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should. I think you're right in that. Yeah.
I don't think that the parents think that they are favoring the boys, but in a way they are not favoring them.
Okay.
They're just putting them in more trouble. Because as the world is going, you're not going to find let's say typical housewife anywhere, because girls are becoming educated.
Well, okay,
and
housewifey.
And we will need you to support us and support you as well.
Absolutely.
So you can't just be like, you can't go to work, come back, cook for me, do everything. I can't do that. I have to do stuff, and you have to do your stuff, so we have to help each other.
Absolutely. So finally, what do you think we can do to how those technology impact girls' education, and how do we bridge that gap between boys and girls?
Technology would be really helpful for research purposes. Also, even if you're going to school, you can come and go to social media or even YouTube, because there are a lot of people who help with studies and all of those stuff. Even if you don't have the chance to go somewhere and study at your house or another place, you can go to social media and then learn.
Thank you very much, Mariama. Thank you, Tuti, and thank you, our Honorable, for honoring my invitation. It was an insightful discussion, and I hope many girls out there who do not have the opportunities also learn from this, and this would be, you know, a stepping stone for them, and it will change their narrative and perspective about life, about education, about societal issues, and all of that. So happy together. Happy International Girls of the Girls. Happy International Day of the Girls. Until we come your way next week for another interesting edition of the Youth Dialogue. Bye-bye.